Welcome to Moonlight African Tales, where love meets tradition.
In the heart of Suka, surrounded by red earth and ancient Iroko trees, lived a woman whose name carried weight across 4 villages: Nneoma, a widow, a mother of 3, a traitor, and above all, a woman of truth. Life had not been easy for her since her husband, Obinna, passed away from a strange sickness. But she stood like the stubborn palm tree that bends in the wind but never breaks. Every Nkwo market day, she carried her woven baskets of palm oil, cocoa flour, and pepper to the stall she built herself. She never sold her goods unfairly, never shouted at customers, and never owed anyone. At just 17, her eldest son, Nneka, was her silent strength. He hardly spoke, but his eyes watched everything: the rising cost of oil, the whispers of corruption, and the way men with power moved like lions among sheep. Her 10-year-old daughter, Chidinma, still ran barefoot across the compound laughing, tying her dolls with leftover wrappers. The youngest, Ekin, was only 5, always clinging to her wrapper, sucking on a coconut peel. But that peace was broken. That week, government men came with news: extra market levies. They claimed it was government order, but everyone knew Ikechukwu, the self-made village tax officer, had a greedy hand. If you didn't pay, you'd lose your goods. Most of the market women sighed and paid. Fear had become their daily meal. But Nneoma stood up. "I have paid my dues. If you want to take my goods, let the gods judge between us." The men laughed, but Nneoma did not flinch. That night, Nneoma's stall was set ablaze. Everything gone: her woven baskets, her old jars, the hand-carved sign her husband had made, all turned to ash. Okena boiled with rage. He picked up his father's old knife and disappeared into the bush, ready to hunt down those responsible. But Nneoma found him. "Okena," she said, holding his hand, "this knife may bring you justice today, but it will take your peace forever." She dropped the knife in the red soil and began to pray. Mama Odili, her market friend, brought some cassava. "You still want to go back to that market, N?" she asked. Nneoma smiled. "Where else will I go? I was born to trade, not to beg." It was as if the gods answered. An official audit team arrived unannounced. They wanted to see if tax records were being kept properly. Nneoma, with her wrapper still smelling of smoke, stepped forward. With calm words, she told them everything about the levies, the threats, the fire. The other women stood behind her, their silence now replaced with courage. That day, the investigators found missing funds, false receipts, and illegal collections. Ikechukwu was removed and disgraced. His house was stoned by angry youths. No one stood up for him, not even the ones who once feared him. The village council rebuilt Nneoma's stall with funds from the government. Above her new table, a boyhama wooden sign burned into the wood. Nneoma stood quietly in front of her new stall. The wood was fresh, the roof firm, and her name painted boldly on the sign. She smiled, not wide, just enough to say, "I'm still here." Years later, Okena became a lawyer, not to seek revenge, but to defend women like his mother. Chidinma became a teacher, Ekin a trader. But even as time passed, in every Nkwo market day, old women still whispered, "You see that woman's stall? That was Nneoma's, the woman who chose truth over fear."